Welcome back from beautiful downtown Waterbury, Connecticut. I know you can't really see it out there. But this is where we are doing all of our tech for both South Pacific and American in Paris. So far, it has been a great ride. The Palace Theater is where we're doing everything. We're setting up, and it is a gorgeous theater. There's, I'd say it's probably about, I don't know, 1,500 seats-ish, 1,600 seats. Beautifully ornate, glorious theater. Now, why Waterbury? Yeah, I don't know. The town itself leaves a lot to be desired. No offense if anyone lives in Waterbury. Just not a whole lot going on in Waterbury. So, not sure why this glorious theater is in this town. But there you have it. We went through South Pacific as our first tech, and we've been teching all week for that. And it's, I don't know what else to say. It's been going good. Big League Productions, who's putting on this, they spare no expense, with crew and with costumes and sets and everything. I can't wait for you guys to see this. It's an amazing show. Amazing show. And, especially now that we're getting into it and really getting to see it come together. In the beginning, of rehearsals is, kind of sitting back and watching my fellow actors and saying, I wonder where they're going to go with this part, or wonder how this is going to work out, or if they're going to get this, or, he seems a little unsure of this, or she seems a little vanilla, or whatever. And at the end of the day, when it all came together, it was glorious. Everyone is so good in this. There's not a single weak link in this cast. Everybody is perfectly cast in this. I can't say enough about South Pacific. Jared, who is playing Emil, has this just glorious opera voice. He's just a beautifully operatic baritone. I don't know if that's a word, operatic. Anyway, beautiful voice. He just blows the back doors off of the place. And he's just does an amazing job. Maris, who's playing Nellie Forbush, she's just perfect. She just fits that role. And then you got Woody, who's playing Lieutenant Cable. And I'm gonna admit this. When I first met Woody, I was like, I don't know that I see it. I was expecting, that kind of chiseled Cable kind of thing. And Woody's a good-looking guy, but just kind of a little more boy next door than I had really imagined. But he totally changed my mind about the role. Woody is Cable, and he's so grounded, and he's got a beautiful singing voice. He's a pleasure to be on stage with. And again, everybody. And then there's our Katrina, who plays Bloody Mary. So funny, so good. And our guys who play, Captain Brackett and Commander Harbison, which is Chris and Eduardo. They just sell it, man. Everybody, all of the guys behind us in the ensemble and who play all the other roles, and the ladies who play the nurses. Everybody sells this so good. I know, I'm beaming, I'm going on, I'm gushing. I know, I apologize. I can't help it though. It's been such a great ride, and this cast is so good. And the music, we have a beautiful pit orchestra, 11 pieces. They're on it. Eddie's the conductor, and Matt's the musical director. Music sounds great. I'm just really happy, how this thing's coming out. And then to boot, I mentioned it before, everybody's great in this. There's no drama, knock wood, right? No drama. Everybody loves each other. Everybody's great. It's just, it's been fantastic. The only thing that's really gone wrong is, I seem to be leaving everything that I own in the theater every night. For some reason, I just can't seem to remember, to take my phone home with me from the theater or back to the hotel. one night I left my phone in the dressing room. The next night I left my computer in the dressing room. You know, I left my wedding ring or my pass. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just my mind's preoccupied or whatever. But if I can make it through this whole tour without losing something, I will be really pleasantly surprised with that. But outside of that, I mean, it's been fantastic. Oh, and the tack. The tack is off the hook. I've been involved in theater, you know, my whole life. I've been involved in some big productions. I have never seen the tech setup like for this show. I mean, we have these huge panels, wall panels behind us that are big giant video screens. And that requires some extra tech. But if you look out in the audience during tech and you look at all of the computers and everything that everyone's using, you're like, I have no idea what all this is for. And I'm like a pretty seasoned theater director, producer. I have no idea. Like, I know one's for lighting and one's for sound and one's for the video walls. Outside of that, I have no idea what all these things are for. But you know what? Not my circus, not my monkeys. You know, they're doing a great job and it looks fantastic. You know, what am I going to say? And, you know, technically it looks fantastic. I remember, you know, before this, I watched the movie and had never seen the stage play of this. And I was thinking, I don't know how they're going to make a stage look like an island in the South Pacific. Like, how are they going to sell this? They do it. Like, these walls, these video walls that they have, just phenomenal. You walk in, you go, holy cow. Because it's not just that you see it, it's like, it's got dimension, it's got depth. And then the water's moving. Like, it's phenomenal. I mean, what they're doing is absolutely phenomenal. So, if you get a chance, we're coming near your city, come out and see it. It's very much worth the ride and worth the ticket price. Just yesterday, we had our big media run, you know, where they set up for video and photography in order to do commercials and things like that. So we did that all morning, and then we had our invited dress in the evening, you know, for which we were able to invite people. And again, we're in the Waterbury, Connecticut. Like, how many people, you know, do you know in Waterbury? I mean, we're about an hour and a half from New York City. But, you know, how many people are they going to get to an invited dress out here in the middle of nowhere? I know that I had 4 friends come, or a friend of mine from high school, Derek Green, and he brought his family with him, and so I was able to get them in. And that was nice to be able to see them. I actually hung out with Derek last week. You know, we had lunch together. So, you know, I was able to invite them, and I looked at the list of other people that were coming from the cast, and there was about 40 people. But when I stepped out on that stage, there was about 400 people out there. I don't know where they all came from, but it was a big crowd for our invited dress. So that was kind of our big opening. And then afterwards, they kind of had a little champagne, you know, toast and party out in the lobby for the cast and our guests. And that was really cool. I mean, it was a nice touch. You know, they gave us goodie bags and things like that. Just really cool little touch that was really nice. And now we're on to doing tech for American in Paris. Whole different show. And most of the leads from South Pacific have gone home for the week, and then they'll meet up with us again when we go to Florida. And American in Paris is going to tech. I am, I think, the only lead from South Pacific who's actually staying on for an American in Paris, who's doing both shows. And most of the ensemble, or I should say all the ensemble from South Pacific, are now all the leads in American in Paris. Different show, great show. The only thing that's kind of disappointing to me about it is that American in Paris is not going to be playing in LA, where I'm from and all my family can come and see it, because I would love people to see this show. American in Paris. These guys are so talented, and the dancing is just off the hook. I mean, the dancing is so beautiful and it's so amazing. And the choreography, Bob Richard, who choreographed South Pacific, who, by the way, is a genius. This is a man, I'll have to talk maybe more about him, but, all right, let me say this about Bob. As an actor who's not a dancer, I'm somebody who moves. I've admitted that before. I find it very difficult working with a lot of choreographers, because many choreographers don't know how to talk to actors. They only know how to talk to dancers. And as an actor, that's a very difficult thing to deal with. Because when I say, hey, choreographer, when do I step out on this? Do I step right or left? And when do I step out? And they'll go, step out on the and of 3 on, measure 42. And I'm like, not that I don't read music, I do, but I'm not counting measures in my head, right? I'm singing, right? What word do I step out on? That's a lot of it, or stuff like that. Okay, just do a pas de bourrée and then a plie into a turn, and be like, whoa, time out. I'm not a dancer, right? Show me what that is. Don't tell me what that is. These are issues that I've had with choreographers. Bob, nothing like that. Bob's fantastic. Like, he knows how to talk to actors. And not only that, he knows how to choreograph for actors, people who are movers rather than dancers. And to boot, his choreography is genius. It's beautiful stuff. Some of it they had to cut, which was very disappointing from South Pacific. The opening dance for the second act was genius. I've never seen a funny dance. This was a funny dance. It was genius. And they had to cut it out to streamline, and I was very disappointed about that. To be fair, in Jeff's defense, our director, after seeing it, it was the right move to streamline the show. What he did and how he changed it was made it so much smoother, that transition into the second act. But I was still so bummed to see it go, because it was such a great number. And the guys were so good, the dancers were so good in it. But anyway, all that to say, great show so far. I'm really happy with it. And then after we tech for American in Paris, we hit the road. First stop, Florida. Maybe I'll see you there.